So in Black Ops Cold War Zombies, the Ether storyline is continuing. The zombies are back, which begs the question, was the Tag der Toten ending necessary? The whole reason of that was to rid of the zombies, rid of the Ether, and give the children a better life, a future, one free of the undead. Yet, in Black Ops Cold War we've seen Samantha Maxis grown up. It isn't confirmed that this is her, but if this is a continuation after Tag der Toten, and we know this girl's name is Sam, she is German, there is loads of evidence that suggests, and it would only make sense for this to be Samantha Maxis grown up. If she is here, then so should Eddie, but this is the children grown up. The whole point of the Tag der Toten ending, the whole point of Primis and Ultimis sacrificing themselves, was to give the children a chance to grow up in a world without zombies. And now we are seeing them grown up in a world where zombies are back. So I wanted to make this video, and I've also seen loads of people questioning this in the comments of my videos, saying, well, did Rick Toten, Takio, Nikolai and Dempsey really have to die? Doesn't this just make their deaths irrelevant? Everything they did, not only in Tag der Toten, but all of Black Ops 4, because that was a part of breaking the cycle, is now made irrelevant. So let's recap and take a look at the important parts that happened in the Tag der Toten ending.
Comrades, as we toast our victory, I want each of you to think about what you really want. Where would you like to go now? Believe me, you can have it.
Rick Toten? Has something gone wrong? We did everything you asked! You haven't forgotten about us, have you?
No, Sammy. I haven't forgotten about you.
It is time, Rick Toten. The multiverse must come to an end. The paradox must be resolved. At least, it will be quick.
What are you talking about? We found the Agarvan device!
I know. And I'm so sorry.
Me too, Rick Toten. We fought for what we wanted. We got more than we deserved. All the chapters of our lives, good and bad. Even if there was no witness, even if no one cared to see, it still happened somewhere. We fought the Great War over and over, but victory could never be ours. We were always doomed to fail. Monty told us the truth. Our journey is the very reason this madness exists. We are the ones who fractured the universe. This is the truth the Chronorium showed me. The truth Rick Toten could no longer face. When we are gone, so too is everything that spewed forth from the ether. Element 115, the Apothecons, even Monty himself. All of it will be banished to where it belongs. The Dark Ether. We should not be here. Our time has passed. But for all the pain and torment we have endured together, as we leave this life behind, it is my hope that you know one thing beyond any doubt.
Look away, Eddie.
So we are told by Nikolai that they had to die. Richtofen, Takeo, Nikolai and Dempsey's soul were bound to the ether. The only way to fully resolve the paradox was by them killing themselves. And so that's exactly what happened. The summoning key was destroyed, in turn destroying the multiverse. That then banished everything that came out of the ether originally back to the Dark Ether, including Element 115, the Apothicons, the Victus characters, our zombies maps, even Dr. Monty himself. All of these things were sent to the Dark Ether, where they belong. And finally, in order to fully resolve the paradox, destroy the ether and make sure this never happens again, the Primis and Ultimis characters had to die. Nikolai secretly poisoned them all, and then right at the end we see Samantha finishes off Nikolai by shooting him, leaving only the two children alive, left to walk off into a new world, one without zombies or the influence of the ether. However, we then come over to Black Ops Cold War Zombies, where we are told this.
After so many journeys, so many chapters, with Black Ops Cold War, we're starting fresh, embarking on a completely different story within our universe.
We've got a new story led by different characters. We've got new ways to play, anchored by new ways of progressing. We've got a different time period. Cold War Zombies wasn't just our opportunity to open up a different chapter.
It was our opportunity to elevate the entire Zombies experience. It's a chapter we call Die Machine.
As we set out to build something completely new, we were inspired to pay homage to Zombies' undead roots, to celebrate our origin with one of our most familiar and signature locations,
Nachter and Toten.
We finished a story, but we're still in that same universe, and this is the next chapter.
The very end of Black Ops 4, our characters sacrificed themselves to collapse the multiverse and try and create a singular world where zombies didn't exist. And they were half right.
As you just heard, the lead writer Craig Houston says, at the end of Tag der Toten, the characters killed themselves to try and create a singular universe, a singular world, one that didn't include zombies for the children to grow up in. That was their hope, but they were only half right. We can see clearly in Black Ops Cold War Zombies, the zombies are back. This is still a part of the ether timeline. This is after Tag der Toten. This must be in that one singular world that we created at the end of Tag, the one where Samantha and Eddie went to. Primis and Ultimis hoped it wouldn't have zombies. That was the whole reason for them killing themselves, so the children could grow up safe and wouldn't have to go what they've gone through. But clearly it didn't work, or something's gone wrong, because the zombies are back. We've been told that the Dark Ether is influencing this new chapter. I believe the Dark Ether is leaking out into this new zombies world. All of these things that were banished to it at the end of Tag, such as 115, Dr. Monty, the Apothicons, Victus and loads of other things. If the Dark Ether is beginning to leak into this new world, then things within it, such as the Apothicons, they can also leak out as well. That's happened before. The Apothicons have already escaped the Dark Ether, so what's to say they can't do it again? This, to me, just kind of makes the whole point of Tag der Toten and all of BO4, everything that Primis and Ultimis did in order to give the children a better life and rid of the zombies, that makes this pointless. Yes, Primis and Ultimis died to resolve the paradox. The cycle is broken, but their main goal was to allow the children to grow up without the influence of the ether and zombies. But now we have zombies returning, and so is the dark ether. The big question is, was the death of Primis and Ultimis worth it? And it's very hard, from the looks of it, not to say no. If they didn't kill themselves, then the paradox would never get resolved. In that sense, they had to die because the paradox is no more. The cycle isn't continuing, it is broken. But on the other hand, everything that they thought would happen along with this has kind of started to return. So I would say there's two answers to this. Primis and Ultimis did have to die. They had to kill themselves, otherwise the paradox would never be resolved. There wouldn't have been this one singular world for the children to go to. So they did have to die, but in the long run, was it worth it? That's another question. Since the zombies are back, because the dark ether is influencing this new world, it's hard not to say their sacrifices were pretty pointless. Who knows though, maybe at the end of Black Ops Cold War Zombies, all of this will turn out to be worth it. They'll finally get rid of the dark ether and be able to carry on living their lives, but I have a feeling it's not going to be that simple, so there we go. Let me know your thoughts about this down in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you have enjoyed the video. If you haven't know what to do, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest content on the channel. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, goodbye.